Hey guys, it's Robyn Eckersley. Thank you so much for being here. This is the third episode of the Activated Women podcast. And I'm so excited because I'm here in person with my amazing client, Deanna Wehrung. And she is here to chat with us about her journey as well as Project Ostomy. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. But Deanna, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Robyn.
I'm so excited you're here. You actually live in Montana.
Currently, yes.
Yeah, so she's in town in Vegas for a few days, and the dates worked out great, so you guys get an in-person look at the wonderful Deanna. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Deanna, what would you say that your core values are?
Loyal, ambitious, positive, tenacious.
Ooh, yes. I mean, when you say those words, I can absolutely, those come out in our sessions and those come out in how I know who you to be. Mm-hmm. So have those been something that you've developed over time, or this is something you've always known that those matter most to you?
I think I've always known. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've always been there in my life in many different ways. More so in the last 11 years, they've come to the front and center. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. So for those people who don't know you just yet, can you give us a little rundown of your journey and your story into getting here?
So my story starts with recurrence of cervical cancer, going through life-changing surgery and all of the 50 plus hospital stays that brought me to this point. And 11 years later, and I'm still going strong after given a 30% chance to make it to 5 years. And through that journey, you know, I used my tenacious and positive and as much strength as I could find to get me to this point. So
yeah.
And now I'm here just wanting to share my journey and hope to give others that same glimpse of hope that you can get to the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not just those values that helped keep you going through that journey. Mm-hmm. 50 plus hospital stays, you know, years of battling this is, you know, that's a lot to come through.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it wasn't easy, and it's still not easy, but I feel really strong that we all have a journey, and it's just a matter of what you do in that journey that gets you to the next day. Mm-hmm. And I just really put a lot of faith in myself and pressure that I could do it, you know, and I'm doing it the best I can.
Yeah, yeah. And you're touching lives along the way.
Absolutely.
So this isn't just about, you know, you and the best life that you can live. This is also about you reaching other people.
Absolutely. And that's where Project Ostomy comes into play. It's something that's been on the table for 7 years now, just kind of marinating. And after doing a lot of reflecting this past 6 months or so, I just felt strongly I needed to get it out there and really make it a priority to share with others and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, yeah. I have to say, Deanna's she's one of the most dedicated clients I have worked with, and I'm just so excited for where Project Ostomy is right now, because it's in a really exciting space of kind of blooming and coming into its own. So can you share with us a little bit about what the objective of Project Ostomy is and who you'd like to reach?
For me, I want to reach anyone that's going through a journey that needs a glimpse of hope. You know, someone that can look at my story and say, you know, she's overcome many milestones. She's making it work. I can do the same thing. And just to give someone that perspective that through a lot of self-talk and mind over matter, that you know, life is a journey. Just find the most positive thing that you can and make it work. Whatever it is that you're given, just find the best way to make it work for you.
Yeah. So kind of you're looking to impart, if she can do it, I can do it kind of mentality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to be able to create a place for resources for people, because I know for myself, 11 years ago, it was pretty much like I was sent home and like you figure it out, and that's pretty much what I did.
Oh my gosh.
So I would like to, share as much of my journey and what worked for me in hopes that someone can have those resources, and because not everyone knows exactly what direction to go in.
Sure.
And they kind of feel alone. So if I could be a support for someone, I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm. So whether it's a cancer diagnosis or trauma in your life, or just you're really hitting some tough times, a lot of times we're not prepared for that, right? It's just kind of we go along life as normal, and all of a sudden you have a very new normal that you got to figure out kind of on your own.
And a new normal for me is kind of what I've referred to my journey. It's like when people ask, it's like I can't even really remember what life was like before.
Yeah.
Because it's irrelevant, really. I mean, life is what it is right now. This is my normal. This is my new normal, and it's me. So that's pretty much what I've been able to grasp it as my new normal.
Yeah, and I imagine it hadn't been, all rainbows and butterflies the whole way. So
a little bit.
Which is kind of ironic. Deanna came in with her new business cards today. Do you mind if I share?
No, go ahead.
She's also an artist, and this logo and this design on her business card. This is kind of all over the place. It's the butterfly motif and the painting, and this idea of coming into a newer, better, more evolved version of yourself.
Right.
I love
hope,
this is
strength, transformation.
Yes. Yeah.
All of those things.
Yes. And, you need that strength, and you need to transform to come out of the darkness, to come out of those tough times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a lot of times, when there are particularly tough days, and they're particularly when things get really hard, as life can for all of us, what was it that got you through those times? Because we can say, believe in yourself and find hope, but sometimes when it's really tough, we might be in a space where we're not even looking for the light. So if there's something that we can come back to, what really stuck out for you to help pull you through those times?
For me, it was about a lot of self-talk, a lot of putting it on me to say, you know what, you're strong, you can do this. Your mind is a powerful thing.
Yes.
You don't need anyone to tell you how to do it. You just got to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've visited quite often is this kind of a mantra that I found, but also I kind of added some words myself to revisit it, and I like to read it.
Sure, please. Yeah.
I'm not thankful for cancer, but I'm thankful for what cancer has taught me. Cancer taught me that bad days are choice. You always have the option to change your attitude. And if you can do that, you can do anything. I strive to enjoy life with what I've got, and I'm always looking for ways to make it better. And more than anything else, cancer taught me that life is not a given. Every single bad day is so much better than no day at all. That feeling for myself gets me nowhere, and every single second is a chance for greatness and opportunity to be a positive and helpful insight.
That's beautiful. So did you write that yourself, or is this someone else's?
I took a few comments from someone that had shared with me, and then I added the rest.
Awesome. So you made it your own.
I made it my own.
Yeah.
Of what really worked for me. And just remembering that, it's all about my mindset. If I can get my mind to think in this direction, then this day is going to be so much better. And it's not easy, because every day isn't perfect, but it definitely helped me, and it helps me now to just keep my focus, of not let that outside energy come in and bring me down.
Yeah. So of all the things that are out of your control, you're focusing on the things you can control. Like
Absolutely.
your mindset.
Absolutely. And yeah, someone once told me, it's like, you know, if you can't control it, you're letting it consume you. And there's no coming out of that.
Yeah.
You can only, if you focus on what you can control, it's really all about your power.
Yes. Yeah. And not giving that over to external sources.
Absolutely.
Keeping that for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. So tell me about Project Ostomy. What is it? What kind of shape is it taking currently?
So Project Ostomy, I started it about 7 years ago, and my idea was to just bring awareness to people about Project Ostomy, cervical cancer for real, and what cervical cancer, how it brought me to this point, and being able to do a blog that I could offer my art of inspiration, my journal of my travels and where I've explored into areas that I wasn't exploring in.
Yeah.
And again, that glimpse of hope or inspiration. I wanted to be positive, helpful insight, and just to share a real account of life after cervical cancer in hope of just helping one other person find that glimpse of hope.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an evolving process. It'll start off as a blog with some information, maybe a community for people to join, people to reach out to me, and who knows, we might have some handbags designed or retreats created.
Awesome.
We're just going to see how it evolves.
Beautiful, beautiful. So in its current state, it is a blog and a place to connect and share artwork and experiences and to communicate. And then the sky is the limit from there.
Absolutely.
Like.
Yeah. And we're scheduled to launch the blog on August 7th.
August 7th, yay!
Which is a very important date. It's the anniversary of my mother's passing, and she was a big part of my recovery, my journey. And so she was all about me doing this, so share my story. So we're going to break it out on her day.
Yeah, I love that. Honoring the people that are special to us. Yes. Well, congratulations on everything that's happened up to now. This is really exciting. And you're also speaking. You have a few speaking engagements that are existing now, right?
I am trying to get those confirmed and on the calendar. And it's something that I'm finding a passion for, that I want to be able to speak and let people hear it from me and not just read it on my blog, is to be front and center and be able to actually conversate with people and sharing my journey and whatever it is that's going on in that particular group that, just talking about it.
Yeah. I love that you're doing that, because a lot of folks out there, and this might come as second nature to you, that, hey, I want to reach people, so I'm going to reach people.
Right.
But I think for a lot of us out there who have, if you have a story, if you have an experience that you want to share with someone else, and we think it has to be finished, right? It has to be perfect before I can step into now I can affect people. But already, even before the blog is launching, you're able to reach people.
Absolutely. And I tell you, the first time I did it, it was, I was really nervous.
Yeah.
Up until the point, but once I sat down, and because it was like a roundtable event and lunch with this group, and it just felt so natural, and it worked out beautifully. So it was a great sense of encouragement to say, keep going on this journey.
Yeah, you're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is on the right path. Oh, exciting. So are you currently taking bookings for speaking engagements?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So if you have a group that you would like Deanna to come speak to, what kind of groups are you looking to speak with now?
I'm looking to speak with any group that is looking for a chance to fulfill inspiration, that no matter what their journey is. You know, that's really big for me. It doesn't have to be a cancer journey or a medical journey, just a journey of looking for inspiration, and that, they can transform themselves too.
Yeah.
We're all beings of transformation.
Yes.
I mean, if you look at your family history and you look just at the photos of like when your grandmother was a child
Sure.
up until their age, I mean, the transformation is just part of life.
Absolutely.
And so anyone or any group that just needs a little boost of, you know, pick me up or a smiling face.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, I love
I'm
it.
the person.
Yeah, and you travel all over the country at this point for speaking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All over the country.
Yeah. So exciting. So exciting. So the name of the podcast is Activated Women.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, you are absolutely an activated woman. But I'd love to hear, in your words, when you think of women being activated or living an activated life, what does that look like to you? What does it mean to you?
It means finding a balance, keeping your focus front and center. It gives you that mind over matter, that power can accomplish anything.
Yes.
And whatever the power is for you, you know. And that each new day is an opportunity to have an adventure, for new places, create new things, and also it allows you to be more conscious of your journey. So you never stop processing.
Yeah, yeah. We're never a finished product.
Never, absolutely.
Yeah. Ooh. So at this point, do you have any idea of what the next transformation that you'll be going through would be, or is that part of the fun of not knowing?
I think it's part of the fun of not knowing. I mean, I could sit here and talk about many things that I could see, but I think that I like the excitement of just looking at each new day and what's presented to me or week and what that's going to bring to me and then conquering it.
Yes.
Or working it into what's going on in my life at that moment, you know? So I like the thrill of that, a little bit of unknown.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you can't plan everything, you know?
Sure.
You just kind of got to go with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And make the best of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sounds like part of the arsenal that you've collected over the years in terms of, I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but I'm sure going to be as prepared as I can for it.
And, you know, just making the most of what you have in that moment, because that moment is really the most important thing, is the moment of right now.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Deanna, you moved my heart. So if folks want to reach out to you, how can they contact you to learn more about yourself or Project Ostomy?
So right now, projectostomy.hope@gmail.com. The blog will be projectostomy.com, but it's not up at this moment. They can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Awesome.
Reach out to me, and we'll go from that's it for right now.
Yeah, and then August 7th.
Yes.
August 7th,
our
then you
projected
can find the book.
launch.
Yes. Exciting, cool. So for folks who are watching and they have a story to tell, they haven't had the courage to really take that step yet, or they haven't really had that encouragement and maybe their mindset isn't in the space just yet to take those few steps and reaching other people, what would you say to them?
I would say to them is, you know, write down your thoughts. Write down what's most important to you. And putting it sometimes on paper or typing it, I mean, when you're really speaking to yourself, it can kind of help you create like what it is that's most important to you.
Yeah.
They can also, if they want to share their story, they can reach out to me. And I'm hoping to have an area on my blog to feature people that want to talk about their story. And, you know, all it takes is one person to say to you, God, you not only are amazing, but like you've inspired me, you're like given me a glimpse of hope. And from there, it does so much for our inner self. Absolutely. You know, because it makes you want to share even more, even though those details are very personal and it really exposes your feelings and your emotions, but there's no greater sense of knowing that you've helped someone. You know, when they express it to you and you have that genuine feeling of like, wow, you know, that meant a lot to them. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be doing so much. You already are doing so much of that, and you're going to be doing so much more of that. So please keep an eye on this woman, guys. Deanna is incredible. She's a force to be reckoned with, but she's also, oh my gosh, this like just ball of light. And if you're looking for inspiration, please keep an eye on Project Ostomy. And let's follow her journey. This is an exciting time for you to be in our world. So at the blooming of this project. And
also, Robyn has been like a true inspiration to me with working with her as a client and really helping me get my vision out there. You know, like just breaking it down.
Yeah.
Breaking it down. So I want to thank you for that too.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. And I think we make a heck of a team.
We do. Who knows what the future holds?
Yes. Never know. Yeah. Well, Deanna, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being, especially here in person. This is so great to just be in your presence.
Well, thank you, Robyn, for having me.
No problem. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you have questions, you know how to contact her, you know how to contact me, and there'll be more to come later. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.